Hi, my name is Charlie Bitler from the Dodge City FFA chapter, and today I will be talking to you about GMOs. It might be hard to comprehend, but the United States Census Bureau says that our world population is already 7.7 billion people, but it's still growing. The effects of such a huge population could be catastrophic unless we do something about it. If our population keeps on rising the way it is, then there will be food shortages and people are going to die. But don't worry, there is a light in the darkness. Hi, my name is Charlie Bitler from the Dodge City FFA chapter, and today I will be telling you about the history, uses, and needs of genetically modified organisms, also known as GMOs. Purdue University Agricultural Department defines them this way. GMOs are living beings that have had their genetic code changed in some way. So, GMOs are something alive and from nature that have had their DNA changed. Now, it is important to note that there are mixed sides on the subject, and not everyone is in favor of GMOs, but today I will be advocating them to you. So, let's start with a little bit of GMO history. So, GMOs were made thousands of years ago, and GMOs are still being developed. Harvard informs us that the first GMO was made in 30,000 BC, and it was when humans artificially selected wolves and created dogs. That's right, your fuzzy friends at home are actually GMOs. Harvard also informs us that the first genetically modified crop was made in 7800 BC, and the first genetically modified crop approved by the FDA was actually a tomato. But why do humans modify things? National Geographic says that humans modify animals for lab use or to help them mature faster. One such example, as pointed out by the FDA, is a salmon that actually grows faster. If we can produce more salmon in a shorter amount of time, then that means more salmon can be sent out and eaten by people like you and me. Purdue University's Agricultural Department informs us that we modify crops in order to protect them from weeds and insects. If less crops are being damaged, then that means more are being produced, and once again, more can be eaten by people like you and me. So, now that you know why we modify organisms, how exactly does this relate to the population? Well, as I said before, if we can't find a way to feed this growing population, then people are going to starve and eventually die, which is not good. Now, Julian Cribb, an adjunct professor at the Institute of Technology in Sydney, says that the population's use of land, water, and energy combined with the population and economic growth will create a food shortage. So if we can find a way to fix this, then we can end up actually saving people in the long run because we can give them food. So we need GMOs for this reason. Now, GMOs don't just help feed the growing population, they also help feed the population that we have now. In fact, an article on Harvard's website by Christopher Gary said that if we can genetically modify crops to stay fresh longer, then we can help people in underdeveloped places have food. So, if we can do all of this to crops and animals, if we can modify animals to mature faster, if we can modify crops to stay more insect and weed free, then we can actually help our food industry a bunch. And that is why we need these GMOs. That is why we absolutely have to have them now and going forward. So today I've informed you about the history, uses, and needs of GMO. I've informed you about how GMOs have been around for thousands of years, and how GMOs are modified in the first place to either be insect and weed resistant, which is the crops, or the animals are genetically modified to mature faster, which can in the long run give us more food and help sustain our population. With all this, I urge you to be on the side of GMOs, but I do encourage you to do more research. Remember, the world population is already at 7.7 billion people, and it's just going to get bigger from here. Thank you.